At Nissan of Silsbee, did you know that we have a complete service department? Whether you need detailed mechanical work or just a $12.95 oil change, we can handle it for you. And we rent new Nissans. And we rent to everybody. Get a 3-day weekend for just $99 or rent it longer.
And of course, we sell. Get a 2011 Nissan Altima for just $199 per month or get a great deal on a certified pre-owned vehicle.
But best of all, at Nissan of Silsbee, we're making deals the Silsbee way.
J.P. White, SportsSpeak. We talk sports and a few other things, and happy today to have my buddy Jones-Whitted, the Jones-Whitted Enterprises in Silsbee. You sell all kinds of merchandise from all over those things all over the world. Where do you get those things?
JP, I sell whoopee cushions.
Is that right?
I sell whoopee cushions and about 7,000 other items.
That funny thing you sit on?
That's right.
Oh, my.
There's always a new group of kids that want to pass gas. So we've been selling whoopee cushions for 33 years now. That's a great icebreaker when you're on the plane next to somebody and they ask you what you do for a living and you tell them that you sell whoopee cushions. They got no place to go from there.
Did you play sports? What kind of sports did you play?
I played football in high school. Played in the state championship game against Odessa Permian in 1972, where we got killed 37-7.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. They had 7 All-Staters on their team, and they basically just kicked us around pretty good. But I would have played a lot harder, JP, had I known that you got a ring for a state championship at that time.
Would have played harder.
I played against Tommy Kramer in the state semifinals, San Antonio Lee. They were ahead of us 20-0 at halftime. We came back and beat them 21-20, and it's still described as the greatest high school football game ever played. Played in the Astrodome in 1972.
My goodness.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Had a chance to play football for the Air Force Academy.
Oh, okay.
And got recruited by the Air Force Academy. Was supposed to go to Princeton, got mononucleosis my senior year, and basically went from 210 pounds to 160.
Oh.
And I was supposed to play center, so they didn't want a 160-pound center. So didn't get to play college ball, but I kind of found my niche later on in life, my sports niche. I referee high school basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Out of the Beaumont chapter, and got some great stories, JP. Things that have happened over the years. Second game I ever called, my wife and my 2 daughters were at the game, and it was a sub-varsity game over in Koontz. And after the game was over with, I asked my wife, I said, honey, how'd I do? She said, you did fine. And I asked my oldest daughter, Kelly, who's 31 now, she was 12, and she said, yeah, Dad, you did a good job. Then my youngest daughter, Allison, pops in, she says, yeah, Dad, you did great. I said, well, thanks, Allison. She says, yeah, they yelled at the other referee a lot more than they yelled at you.
That's good, that's good.
Then 6 years later, Janet went to her second game. You can tell how interested she was by the 6-year difference. And when the game is over with, the officials will go into a room and hide until everybody leaves. So we're sitting in that room, and I asked my wife the same question that I'd asked her 6 years earlier. I said, honey, how'd I do? She said, you did fine. I said, no, really, what do you think? She said, you did fine. I said, tell me what you really think. You know, when you've been married to somebody for 34 years, you pretty well know when there's a but in there. She says, you want to know what I really think? I said, yeah, I want to know what you really think. She says, you run funny and your pants are too short. And one of my referee buddies that was with me, and I said, yeah, Joe, you got to get off those tippy toes. So the next day I went to get some long pants and started running on my heels so that wouldn't happen again.
There you go.
Had a couple of funny things happen in different places. I was in a small school locally here with whose name I won't mention, and the game was pretty well close to being over, and the home team was winning by about 8 or 10 points, and there was less than a minute left in the game. So I had an altercation right in front of the home team's bench. The home team player has the ball and he's dribbling, he goes to the floor. Well, you got one or two things happen, JP, when they go to the floor. Number one, if they go to the floor dribbling the ball, they probably got fouled. If they go to the floor holding the ball, it's traveling. So the home team was ahead So the home team boy goes to the floor with the ball. I call traveling, and it's just nearly the end of the game, so I'm running down to the other end of the court, and I hear one of the mamas from the home team call out, "Go back to referee school, loser."
Oh, Lordy.
And sometimes you just got to smile. So I just turned around and smiled at her, turned around and walked the other way.
Oh.
Another time I was in Little Cypress, and they have what's called the Bear Crazies. And they sit right behind the home team's bench and basically heckle the home team, the visitors, players, and referees, and so on and so forth. But they always have an assistant principal right there to make sure that the kids don't get out of line. They're just being kids. They're funny, and I laugh most of the time when I hear them. But I called a foul against one of the LCM players, and I went over to report it, and as I was walking away, one of the Bear Crazies goes, "Hey, Grandpa, when you gonna retire?" And I turned around and said, "Not anytime soon," and I pointed my finger to the assistant principal, and they let him out the door. So, but I've had some wonderful experiences officiating basketball in this area, JP. I have been fortunate enough to do regional finals, as well as in 2009 I actually got a chance to do the state tournament.
In the drum.
Yes, sir, in the drum, the girls' state tournament. And it was a very, very moving experience. The late Jerry Jones, who was our school board president here for a number of years, and
Yes.
one of my very best friends,
Yes.
told me years and years ago, because we used to go to the game, go to the drum every year for the state tournament. He said, "JoJo, one day you're going to walk out on that court." And I said, "Jerry, you don't understand. They take 52 guys out of 5,200. He says, "One of these days you're going to walk out on that court." And sure enough, he was right. I just happened to be the right person at the right place, and was fortunate enough to get called in with a good crew, and we called the game for the #1 Class A ranked girls team in the state, and they won the game. And it was a good ball game, and I have very, very fond memories of it.
Sure. Charlie Bryder, one of the guys there.
Well, he's the president of the UIL, and coming from Southeast Texas, he has brought a great name for Southeast Texas by being such a wonderful mentor at the state level. He's a very, very good man, and he cares about the kids, and he cares about the officials. Well, he cares about all of them, and he just sees to it that everybody's taken care of. JP, I don't know if you heard or not, Jones-Whitted will be closing its doors over the next 60 days.
Well, not sort of, but not really. Go ahead.
It's kind of a mixed blessing. I got offered a job by a company out of Dallas, which is one of my major vendors, and it was an offer I couldn't refuse. Very, very difficult leaving my friends, more difficult leaving my church. But I keep telling my pastor, Scott Moody, that he'll probably get to see me more often than he did before, because my grandkids are still going to be here. I have two beautiful granddaughters, Corinne and Layla Grace, and they want to see their pawpaw, so I'll be coming back pretty often.
Sure.
My wife Janet's real excited about the move. We bought a home in Grapevine, Texas. I'll be 5 minutes away from DFW Airport and about 15 minutes away from where my office is. So it'll be a good move. It's going to be difficult, but I will miss the interaction with the men's ministry folks at First Baptist Church. If you don't have a church home, we'd love to have you at First Baptist. Got a place for everyone there. It's a beautiful church and a wonderful group of people, and a loving group of Christian people that I feel fortunate enough to be a part of. And that's one of the things that I'll miss the worst, JP, when I leave.
Yeah, no, you will. But everything's going to be all right.
One of the beauty things at this last trade show that we went to, a lot of my customers went up to my new employer and told him that he had made a good move by hiring me. So it made me feel good that my customers thought enough of me to go and tell him that I was going to be an asset to his company. So
Yeah.
the only thing I'm really concerned about, JP, is fighting Dallas traffic on a daily basis. That's,
Oh, yes.
that's
yes.
going to be an interesting thing, to say the least. I have found a basketball chapter up there.
Oh, you think maybe you're going to officiate something?
I'm going to officiate some.
Okay.
One of my good friends, John Cole, who I've officiated many, many ball games with, moved to Dallas this past year, and he's going to be part of the North Dallas chapter, so that'll be right in my own backyard. So I'm going to have a dual chapter membership this year, and look forward to working both places, because I have no idea. It just depends on how long it takes to get everything settled here before I move to Dallas and start working there.
All right, Joe Whitted, Jones-Whitted Enterprises sells whoopee. What do you say? How do you
Whoopee
say
cushions, JP. Whoopee cushions.
that? Whoopee cushions and a lot of 7,000 other things. Yeah, Jim Dandy. Hey, you're one of my favorite people, Joe, and thanks for coming, buddy.
God bless you. I appreciate you having me. And to all the people in and around the Silsbee area, thank you for supporting me and my family for so many years. God bless all of you.
Oh, you're Dandy, and everything's going to be all right with you, buddy. You're on the right track.
Thank you, JP.
JP White, SportsSpeak Sports, and we'll have more sports and other things another time, and we'll be back again when the producer says, go, go, go. So long for now.